You guys, so today I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna fix this baby rash skin issue. This is a picture I just took today of my friend's newborn. I guess it's like 7, 8 weeks old. It's not the ideal time you want to shoot a newborn. Typically 5 to 7 days. That's when they would sleep all day, basically. Anyway, so using the hue saturation feature, I'm gonna first exaggerate the changes I'm gonna make, just to help me identify what which the area of the color that I'm focusing on, that I'm gonna target on, just the reddish, the rash, the area. So I'm gonna move this bar left and right. As you can see, it's gonna narrow down to the exaggerated change, only applying to the area I'm intended to correct in terms of the color. So once I have the target color selected, I'm gonna fine tune the hue of the skin to make it less red, as original, as little, as close as possible to the original, to the rest of the color on the baby's face. As you can see, before and after, the red, and only the red area is being adjusted and color matched. See, here's another before and after. So right here I realized that the overall skin tone is not really on point. It's kind of leading to the greenish area. Oh, and here I'm gonna mask off, because I do want the lip to be red, because I did took out all the red in the original, in the first step, that when I adjust the entire skin on the face. So here I'm gonna make another hue and saturation layer, and this time I'm gonna just bring the whole face little purple and higher in saturation, because it was little greenish entirely to begin with. So here I am adding a bit of purple, or in the yellow tone, that is, adding a bit of magenta to it. So now it's more accurate to a normal skin tone, and it's just taking a closer look, fixing little blemish. I did shot this a little higher ISO, because I did not want to use the studio flash just yet, because if it's just one or two photo, I don't mind, but I didn't want to stroke the newborn too much. So I bumped up I high the ISO and shot with the model lamp. So what I just did is, using a plugin called Portraiture or something. It basically smoothen out the skin. Usually for newborns, they have pretty good skin. I just went ahead and did it, and I ended up actually just masking it off, and did not want the entire face to be smoothened out. So just pick and choose the area I wanted it to have it smoothened out. This is not quite necessary. I just went ahead and did it, and I also turned down the opacity to like 44% or so, because sometimes less is more. I did not want to do too much to it. So now I don't like the wrinkles in the back usually. For and I'm just anal about a clean background. So what I did here is to select only the background and just start cloning in and getting rid of the wrinkles right here. Usually what I do is select the background and just do smart surface blur, I believe, and just mask off, only blurring out the background, the backdrop itself. But this is minor. I do want to keep a bit of texture on the backdrop, so I did the cloning method instead. So and just gonna repeat and take my time to clean out the background. My son coughing in the back. So I did turn down the opacity for my clone brush, just to like I said, I do want to keep a bit of the texture on the back, but I do not want the wrinkles, the obvious wrinkles. And just taking my time, spot checking here and there. Yeah, it would be ideal to, you know, have the backdrop already stretch out to get rid of all the wrinkles to begin with, but you know, I don't have the perfect material, the backdrop for newborn. Usually I don't really do newborn photography. I just did this for my friend. So I used some blankets and put some pillows on the bottom to make my backdrop, and kind of elevate the front part so the baby could kind of lean on top of the higher elevated area instead. I mean, so that way their head can be kept up, and usually people use bean bags, which almost bought one, but take up too much space in my studio. So here's sort of the final product. I did once again turn the opacity back lower, just to bring back some of the texture. And here's a close look. Here's the before everything with the rash, the color corrected, and you know, the changing the whole face entirely, getting rid of the red, added more magenta to us. Notice the catch light on his eyes are just beautiful. I think from casting from the big soft box right above him. And here's before the wrinkles. Here's I believe after, yeah. There's after getting rid of the wrinkles, and this is pretty much it. And I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.